Hello, everyone. Peace, much love. I'll start this with that beautiful statement, even though it's going to be a somber video. So, I suggest if you have feelings and that towards shootings and panic attacks and anxiety and whatnot towards that, or if there's children with you, please be aware there could be triggers. It could be inappropriate for children to hear some of what I'm going to say. So please understand that. And I have other videos that younger people are okay, but watch it first. Then if you're going to let your child, you know what the content is. And if you don't feel comfortable with it, then obviously you're probably not going to want to show your child. So let me get into it. On Thursday, March 14th, 2019, I was sitting here at home in my apartment and I was cleaning. I was waiting for a friend to come over because she was going to visit and help me straighten pictures and whatnot, because I have vision issues and we love visiting each other. And she was supposed to take the 12:50 p.m. bus up the mountain. We live in Hamilton, Ontario, to the corner of Stonechurch and Upper Paradise, where I live. She missed that bus and she ended up taking the 1:20 p.m. bus. It was only a half an hour difference, but that actually made a huge difference. Because I had cleaned and gutted my guinea pig cage and I had scooped my kitty litters. So, and then I gathered my garbage, so I had 3 bags of garbage, which I do because I have one bag that's just guinea pig shavings that's double bagged, and another double bagged that's scooped stuff from the cat litters, and then the third was regular garbage. Now, I then proceeded to get into my power chair because we're going to go across the street to No Frills when she got here. And I went to go out of my apartment and I went down to the lobby. And both the building attendants were in the lobby, and I heard one of them, either that or a lady that was with them, say something about, should we say something or something to that effect, or stop them, and they didn't. So I came out and I went out the 2 front doors because I had 3 bags and I was in my chair to use the 2 buttons that automatically opened the door, so I didn't have to try and hold the door open. I no sooner get down the ramp and I'm coming down the sidewalk to go up into my parking lot, and I noticed that there's a bunch of police there and an ambulance was pulling out. And they had the parking lot cordoned off with police tape. And my heart sunk, especially because of the ambulance and the fact that gun violence is triple that in the city of Hamilton of what it was last year. which is scary. But then after the ambulance pulled out, I asked a couple police officers that were on the sidewalk, come on the sidewalk. I said, I can't get to my garbage bin, can I? And they said no. And at this time, I knew because of the crime tape and whatnot, and the ambulance and all the police, that it was something serious, but I didn't know it was a shooting. Not yet. Anyhow, then the police officers told me to go to the building next door and put my garbage in their bin. And I said, okay. And I went over to do that. And one of the building attendants from there, she come out when I was leaving after I put my garbage in the bin and yelled at me and told me I couldn't. I looked at her, I put my arms up, and I'm like, the police told me to. I can't access my garbage bin. She goes, oh, you live at 680? And I go, yes. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. I understand people have been throwing garbage into the bin that don't live in the building, and they shouldn't. It's for the building residents, not everyone else. And then I came around, I went to go to the bus stop, and the one police officer told me I couldn't be too close to the front of my building. And I knew then at that point that there was a shooting, and I was freaked. And then my friend arrived on the bus, maybe 2 minutes later, and we went over to No Frills, and we came back, and there was a little bit about it there was nothing about it on the news yet. And then there was. And I was really freaked out, and instead of staying here with my friend, we watched one program, and then I went with her to her place. I was going to spend the night. I didn't spend the night. I was like, if I don't go back, I'm going to keep wanting to stay away because of the panic and anxiety. And so I came home. I got home about 11:30, and the police were still here. They didn't wrap up till about 12:30. They're like what they needed to do here at the building. And so then, since then, it's been on this coming Thursday, it'll be a week. So being that today is the really early hours of Tuesday, March 19th in the morning, that means that it's been in like 2 days. It'll be a week since it happened. Within about 24 hours or less of the incident, which the victim, the male that was shot, was a youth. I don't know his age. I know he lived in my building. I know he was shot in the forearm or wrist, and that he is in critical, I believe they said critical but stable condition. He will survive, but he's got some serious injuries to deal with. And I was standing in my kitchen, by my kitchen window, and the city bus comes up, and you can get off if you're coming up the one way at the one side of my building, and you can take another bus and get off at the other side of my building. Well, this bus goes right on the other, by the road, right outside my kitchen window, and, well, there's grass and stuff in between. And I was in my kitchen, standing by the window, warming up some soup on the stove, and the bus pulled up, and the beep it makes a real shrill beeping noise when they're putting down or picking up the ramp to let wheelchair passengers on and off. And I heard that, and I dropped to the floor of my kitchen and had my heart started pounding, and I had a major panic attack. I get terrified when I go out. I get terrified when I go to come home. When the bus is getting closer and closer to home, I start having major anxiety and panic attacks. I'm not sleeping very well. I'm paranoid every time I hear a noise, a bang, anything. I can't imagine what the victim's family or the witnesses or that of the people involved, of how scared or whatnot they feel. I can only speak for how I feel. And that is one of the scariest things that I've ever had to deal with. And I'm still dealing with it. And I'm getting I want to run away from here as fast as I can and never be here again. But I love my home. So I'm fighting to try and stay. But I need to work through the trauma that having a shooting so close to where I live, like in my building, is how it's affecting me. And I need to deal with that and not let it build and continue to deteriorate my health. I have to be honest with how I feel and what's going on and get the proper treatment. And I really hope that because they haven't found a weapon and they haven't charged anyone, so they obviously don't have enough evidence to charge someone, if they even know who they suspect of doing it. So I'm hoping that happens soon, and I'm hoping that now that they have a task force for guns and drugs and stuff, that they can bring the gun violence down in the city again, because I love the city of Hamilton. This is a city and place that I've felt at home for a good long time. And before now, I had only been in a place for a year max, usually less. And I've been here. It's now almost going on April, in about another week and a half. And April and May, and then I'll have been here 2 years. And I want to stay. I want to be here for 3, 4, 10, 15, 20 years if I can. I love this place. I love the location. I love having a gas station with a 24-hour convenience store across the road with a 24-hour Tim Hortons. I love having the Sweet Paradise Bakery there. I love having the grocery store right across the road. So I'm really thinking that I don't want to move, but if my anxiety and panic attacks and health keep not doing any better after a time, because I mean, like I said, it's not been quite a week since the incident, so I can't go on maybe a week's how I feel, and I haven't even started to talk to my counselor and whatnot to try and get treatment for what's happening. So yeah, forgive me for this being a little bit of a longer video, but I need to be able to get how I feel out. And I love being able to be having the fact that I'm friends with my neighbor across the hall, and that I'm on the main floor, which makes it so my sister comes easier. And being on the main floor and having a porch with a balcony porch rather than a balcony, and being up on a higher floor, I actually have a barbecue and I'm allowed. I don't want to chance that. I don't want to chance being in a neighborhood that I don't like, and then I'm going to want to start moving again. So this is going to be a long process, and hopefully one that I will end in me staying in this lovely apartment that I adore. So please, if you pray, keep me in your prayers, or just keep me in your thoughts, and everyone in my building, and everyone that's affected not only by the shooting that happened in my building on March 14th, but in the not even 3 months of 2019, it's already been 17 or more shootings. 3 times the shootings of last year, gun violence. Please, if you pray that the gun violence goes back down or stops. I know stopping is a hard thing to wish for, but at least goes down and becomes less, not keep being triple and more gun violence. Peace, much love, and I promise I'll make sure that my next video is not such a heavy one. Love you guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.